Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, do not forget to press the subscribe button and the bell icon, and I assure you, you will not be disappointed. Hello everyone, I'm back with another very important video. For that matter, I thought I will take up a series of topics on one big topic. So when we are in pageants and we are on stage, a lot of people are there for the very first time. They have no idea what conduct or what are the things they should keep in mind when they are on stage. Whether they are giving a presentation, whether you are there for some kind of a performance, whether you're walking the ramp, whether you are walking for a pageant, there are numerous times in life where you might be on stage. You may be a great performer, but if you do not have a good stage presence, then many a times people do not connect with you. Your purpose is to get connected with the jury, your purpose is to get connected with the audience. But if you don't know how to work on your stage presence, how to actually connect with your audience and connect with your jury, then somewhere or the other you are lacking your stage presence. And stage presence is extremely important in pageantry. It's just because your finale is on stage and most of your stuff is happening on stage. You may be very good with people in one-on-one communication, but if you're not good with people otherwise, if you're unable to connect, if people feel that you have an attitude, if people feel that you are not there for them, you're not listening to them, or you're not connecting mentally with them, then somehow they switch off. So I thought I'll start this series of stage presence. And in this series of stage presence, I'm taking part one today. And this part one is one of the most important aspect of stage, and not only stage, of life in itself. And that is eye contact. Eyes are the windows to the soul. And you must have heard a lot of poets come up with songs and stuff. Aankhein bolti hain. There is another beautiful song by Shubha Mudgulji, Sikho Na, Nano Ki Bhasha. So you need to understand that your eyes speak. It's a medium of communication. It's a medium of language. You not just speak with your words, but you speak through your gestures, your body. And the most important body part with which you communicate mostly is your eye. Many times when people teach you body language, stage presence, whether it's college or anywhere, whether you're preparing for interviews, your mentors, your teachers tell you, maintain eye contact. And we become so mechanical in maintaining eye contact that we, instead of maintaining an eye contact, actually end up staring at people. So when you're staring at people, it makes them very uncomfortable. So if you actually look at the crux of it, there are two types of eye contact. One is direct eye contact. You are just looking and looking and looking. And second eye contact is interaction with intention. That you want to show warmth, you want to show concern as you talk to people. And when you are bringing up those emotions, your eyes are definitely going to move a little bit. They're not going to be staying at one point all the time. So, like when you're talking to people, you say, hello, how are you? I'm fine. And how are you? Yeah, I'm doing great. Was wonderful. Yeah. So, what are you doing? You are talking through this part of your face, but you're not talking through your eyes. But if you involve your eyes, how would this be? Hello, how are you? I'm very well. And how are you doing? So eyes also speak. So you must first understand that when you are on stage, it is not that you need to have that direct eye contact with jury. You cannot just walk around like this. Then you're frozen your eyes. If you frozen your eyes, when you freeze the ice, there is no movement. But when it is liquid, there is movement. And that movement is something which we love. That's why people go to see, connect with the waves, people connect with the sound. It's because there is movement in the water. But if it is completely frozen, you will connect, but not for very long time, because you will feel cold. It's like ice. So staring at people is like ice, which has no intention of warmth or communication. So very important that when you look at people, look at them, whether it is the audience or the jury, with warmth rather than staring at them. So yes, eye contact is important, as they tell you in the office, but eye contact also needs to be fluid. It needs to move along with along with you, along with situations, along with event or whatever there is. And many a times in life, you might have to use both type of eye contacts, the direct one and the one with the intention of communication. So you stare at the person as well as you have these, warmth in your eyes as you communicate. So only when you do this, there will be a proper connection between you and the jury or the audience. Second thing is, how long do I look into somebody's eyes? So because if you look too much, it'll look like a stare. If you do not look and you just remove your eye contact quickly, it'll be like you're hiding some information. So how do I appear genuine? So in that case, you remember the formula of 80-20. You look into the eyes of the person for about 80% of the time, and 20% you break the eye contact. I will just tell you how. So I'm talking to you and I'm giving you explanation, and then I'm thinking and I'm explaining something, and then I'm coming back and then I'm thinking and I'm explaining. So what happens when you're connecting with people? You are thinking, when you're encoding dialogue in your mind, what I have to say, and you are looking for words. So when you're looking for words, of course your eyes will move around looking for words, and then when you got the right words, you come back and you speak to them again. So there is this constant break of the eye movement. And when you look at a person as you're explaining, then you're looking at your thoughts and you're getting them, and then you are, so there is a break in the eye contact. It's not a like non-stop eye contact. There is a break, which is important to take, because otherwise it will look like a stare and people will get uncomfortable. So if you're in a one-on-one interview, or if you're on stage, a question answer is being asked or whatever, you will be thinking. You cannot be just staring at people and talking, I think, I believe, or blah, 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 blah. It's like so unanimated. I'll just give you an example. You are speaking to someone. Let's say you're speaking to your brother, sister, or any friend, and that person is working on the computer and you are talking, and the person is then you say, are you listening? And the person says, yes, yes, I'm listening. But you don't feel connected that this person is listening. But then you say, but when you're listening, why aren't you looking at me? Isn't it? Because we don't just listen from our ears, we also listen from our eyes. It's a psychological window with which we actually get the information. So it's important that when you speak to people, you must look at them to feel that you are actually listening or talking to them. So physical listening, okay, if you're just listening and staring at someone, it's a physical listening. But if you're understanding and stuff, then definitely there would be some movement of your eye when you're catching the emotions, you're catching the words. So you're grasping, you're thinking. When somebody's saying something, you're trying to connect it with your own life. So naturally, your eyes will move, which is natural. So very important that you must know how long to you talk to people. So you would say about 80-20 eye contact as you talk to people. So 80% you see, 20% you're thinking, and you maintain that ratio. Another very important thing is that, let's say somebody is on the stage and they're talking to you, or you are one-on-one with someone and you're talking to that person. Then the next question comes. We've already seen what kind of an eye contact we will have. We've also seen how long we should see. Now we must also know where to see, because some people are very uncomfortable with eye contact. But again, if they don't maintain an eye contact, then there is no communication. So there has to be an eye contact, but the question is, how long do I see? So in case you are uncomfortable, then, and as it is also, if you actually look into somebody's eyes, you're not looking at both the eyes normally, unless you are, preening and into that romantic thing, then you look into the both eyes. Otherwise, when we are talking, our eyes normally focus on one eye. So you focus on one eye, and that will maybe make you feel a little more comfortable when you speak to people. If you still feel uncomfortable, then just look at the bridge of the nose. Keep your eyes on the bridge of the nose. For that matter, according to body language, there are three types of eye contact. One is called that you imagine that there is an eye here in the center and you create a triangle on the forehead. This is called business triangle. So when you're talking to somebody superior, somebody is higher in profile, you fix your eyes on this triangle, which is called the business triangle. If you're talking to a friend, you know them close, very, very close, then imagine one eye is here and two eyes are here. So your eyes are moving on the whole face. That's perfectly all right. That is called the personal gaze. If that was a business gaze, this is the personal gaze. And a lot of us have a habit of looking at a person from top to bottom, scanning a person from top to bottom, which is actually not right. This is intimate eye contact. If you're so close to someone, it's okay if you look at that person from top to bottom, but not normally. Imagine Imagine that you're speaking to your boss and your eyes are just going up and down the boss. How uncomfortable would that be? And on the other side, if you're speaking to your very close family member, your eyes are just focused here. It is wrong. So you must know with whom you are interacting and where your eye contact should be. Is the person high profile? Is the person same level? Is the person too close to you? And then let your eye move. I know it may look difficult for you. You will think, oh my God, now I'll have to think this, now I'll have to think that. But remember, there are rules laid out by society and you have to follow them. And when you are in the public eye, you need to remember these rules when you communicate with people. Because if you break rules, there will be miscommunication, other person will be uncomfortable, you will also be very uncomfortable. So it's extremely, extremely important that you should know how long and where to see. I've already explained the three different triangles. Decide. And if you just want to be safe, best is to focus on one eye or the bridge of the nose. You must have heard of the term called voice modulation, and which simply means that your voice goes up and down as per the emotions of whatever script you are talking about. But we don't just talk with the mouth. Our whole face is involved when we are speaking to people. And the most important thing is the eye. So just like voice modulation, there is also something called eye modulation. And we all use it. When we talk to people, along with what we are saying, our eyes also speak. For example, you are shocked, then your eyes will be, the eyebrows go up. When you are suspicious, your eyes will shrink. You want to be sarcastic? So you're talking through your eyes, right? So extremely important that when you are communicating with people from stage, whatever you're saying, you must also involve your eye modulation along with your voice modulation. And you would also see that people also have a face modulation. So when you are showing shock, your eyes are going up, and but your mouth is also opening. So your mouth reacted along with it. When you're angry, your eyes also spoke and your mouth also spoke. So there has to be a coordination on your face with your words, your gestures, your eyes. Everything should be well coordinated and modulated according to what you are explaining and talking about. And the worst mistake you can do on stage is to not look at anyone at all. That is the worst thing you can do. A lot of people just do not look at. Now, again, it depends from situation to situation. If we talk of the ramp walk, now there are two ramp walks. One is called the fashion ramp walk, where you're displaying the garment. So the audience have to look at the garment and not at you. The focus is on the garment. And then out there, you don't use much of expressions. You are more like a robot, so that there are no expressions on the face, and all you are just like a walking talking hanger, and people are only looking at the garment or the product you're trying to show. On the other side, when you're on a pageant, you are the focus, you are the one who's on display, so you need great body language. And the worst is when you just when you just don't make any eye contact with people. You look here, there, and left, right, center, and worst, when you look down. So when you're in front of people, you're just looking down most of the time. And there was research which happened at one of the hospitals where the doctor was excellent, but he was unable to convert his patients, the visitors, into patients. People used to come to him for advice, but they did not come to him for treatment. And when they found out why, they realized that most of the time he had the opposite. It was supposed to be 80-20 eye contact, but he was doing the opposite, 20-80. So that means he used to look at the person only for 20, and 80% he was looking down. And that did not create the feeling of trust in people. So people will not trust you if you don't maintain an eye contact. They will feel maybe you're hiding something, maybe you're doubtful, maybe you just don't want to get connected. So it could be any kind of a miscommunication towards them if you don't maintain an eye contact. It's like कि आपने बिजली की तार काट दिया. You've just cut that cord of electricity, the one which was connecting you with the other person. We can also call it social awkwardness. So your connection totally cuts away when you look down. So it's extremely important that you look into the eyes of people when you talk to them. So um, as I said, a lot of people say, dekho to musibat, na dekho to musibat. Then what do we do? Remember, you need to have a balanced eye contact, that is 80-20 ratio. And in case you feel awkward, just keep your eyes either on one eye or at the bridge of the nose. Still uncomfortable, just look around on the forehead or on their hair. But gentlemen, don't look at the lips of the lady when you're talking, because the entire meaning of the conversation will change. So face means face, not lips. Remember that. Unless and until the person is physically challenged, is deaf or dumb, and they're just looking at your lips as you're talking, it's only in these conditions we actually give a direct eye contact to lips. Or when you're preening, when you're flirting, that's a different story. But out here, we are professionals, we are talking of stage presence, so you need not do that big mistake also. So once again, coming back to the main topic, eyes are the main source of communication along with the verbal words. So there has to be a connection, not only in words, congruency, not only in just words, but also in the way how you communicate them to people through your eye modulation, to your face modulation, to your script or the word modulation. I hope this helps you. We are talking about stage presence, and soon I will be coming with part 2 of stage presence. Till then, take care of yourself. Stay safe.